I live and breathe. It is a Six Ad cast for Thursday, June 4th, 2020. My name is Nick, and I am joined by my good friend Manuel on my left.
Hey, what's up?
And my other half on my right. Her name is Sarah.
Hey.
Hey. Whoa.
I had to put it on vibrate, but it has to vibrate once.
That's intense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So to silence it from vibration, it has to vibrate one last time of defiance before it goes quiet.
It's from loud to vibrate to silent. So I went, yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't you just hate that?
I do.
I don't have a
Like
problem.
if you're in a movie theater or a class and they're like, silence your phones, and you go to do it and your phone goes beep beep, and they're like, what did we just say? And you're like, that's what it does when it goes to silent.
I never known a phone to do
Get
that.
Out.
I've had it up to here with you people and your hipsters and your stupid phones.
Class just started. What's up your butt? You know what?
Wow.
I've been in lockdown for too goddamn long, and the first thing I got to deal with is insubordination. Get out of my class.
What's this packet for? You're doing everything online now, and don't you dare ask me any questions.
How have we been in the time that we've been gone, Manuel?
It gets better and better, man.
Anything spooky?
Oh, yeah. Mike, the new tenant, was telling me that he was talking to one of his coworkers because he's a FedEx boss manager, always on the phone with his drivers like, I can't find this road or whatever you have it.
What about whatever became of Zach's boudoir calendar?
That is still in the kitchen on top of like a white thing like that. Like,
So it's not on display.
It's untouched. No.
Even though the calendar is obsolete because it's no longer whatever year that it was.
2018 or 19? No, it was 19? It was 18, I think.
I mean, I feel like the dates can be repurposed.
You just scratch out a month.
Scratch out, add another day here and there, and you're good to go.
Oh my gosh!
But it would be, Zach.
It's still Zach. No, it's untouched. It's right there. Nobody's as tall as me to just go and grab it either.
Yeah.
So Madison might actually, but
Wow,
she's already saw it. She's already seen it.
Oh, okay.
In this particular instance, that Mike is always on the phone. He was actually on FaceTime because I guess the guy needed more instructions or whatever.
Okay.
And so he said that he turned to the left for a little bit, and as he turned back to look at his phone, he said that he barely caught a glimpse. But the person with him was like, I thought you said you were alone. Who was that?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, I just saw that. What was it? And he's like, somebody's there with you.
The guy that he's talking to
What the
saw
fuck?
someone
Yeah.
else.
He was like, and then he started freaking out. He was like, "Are you lying to me? Or maybe you thought you were alone?" He's like, "No, nobody's here. Like somebody just walked behind you."
Yeah.
It was in the living room on the couch, and he's like, "No, because if somebody walks behind you, they come right around, right?"
Yeah.
Or you. He's like, "No, I'm literally alone." So when I got home, he was like, "Bro, my coworker, I was on FaceTime. He started freaking out. He said he saw somebody walking behind me."
Dang it,
And
I wish
like,
that was
"What-"
recorded.
And I said, "What did you see?" And he's like, "I was turning to the left. When I turned back down, I caught a glimpse of it, but I was like, I didn't know if that was something." But he was like, "Who's with you?"
Yeah, because when you're doing FaceTime, you get like a small image of yourself. So that way you can tell if you're in frame.
Yep.
Okay, so he briefly saw something in his own frame, yet his friend that he was talking to saw
The whole thing.
completely.
Right. And at first it was like, "Who's that?" I thought,
Yeah.
you told me you were alone, right? I guess
Yeah.
they were talking about his living situation, his new living situation.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm alone. What are you talking about?" It's like, somebody just walked behind you.
That's crazy.
I'm like, so I don't do FaceTime a lot, and I don't allow video. Like, I'm like, no, nobody's recording. You know?
King Frostmare.
Oh, and his videos.
Yes.
Okay, have you ever heard of this guy on YouTube, King Frostmare?
Frostmare.
Okay, so he is...
Frost Mayor.
He's not American. I don't know what accent
Kind of
he
like
has.
Nightmare, but you put Frost for whatever
Mayor,
reason. Yeah.
not mayor. I was like,
Yeah,
like
not mayor
Glenn
of a
Jacobs?
town. Yeah, no, not Glenn Jacobs. He does a thing where he sits and he
Who's
reacts.
Kane, by the way.
Yeah, he reacts to. Are these all TikTok videos? Most
Or
of
these
them
are probably just YouTube videos that
Yeah.
he comes across.
of people living in haunted situations, and he's watching them for the first time. And I don't know where to look to find the original video, so I'm just like, well, he has them readily available, and I just have to tolerate whatever accent he has.
What is the accent?
German.
Okay,
But he lives in Canada.
Yeah, so he has a.
What a combo. Hey?
So sometimes it's kind of hard to follow, but I'm just like, whatever. I'm not here for you. I'm here for the video. You just.
But he seems nice.
I know he seems okay, but
I mean, all
you know.
Canadians are nice.
Yeah, but
And Germans.
there was this guy
Very
that was
passive.
living in a haunted house. See, I guess he was by himself.
Yes.
Maybe he lived by himself. It was
Dude.
a 2-story house. And he kept hearing knocking coming from like either the hallway or downstairs or in the closet. And he's over here investigating, and he's got like his little camcorder, and he would go to like the doorway of this bedroom and he'd hear something behind him, and he turns around, and in one of these clips, there was a shadow figure kneeling at the foot of his bed that then quickly seemed to stand up quickly, and the guy freaked out and ran away.
It was so scary.
This
It
is
was
on
literally
video.
like this.
It
was just a
I don't even
black-
know how to explain it other than it looked like a black hoodie being like suspended somehow, and then it moves. Because you turn and you're just like, well, the room is dark a little bit, but all of a sudden you see this other dark thing that you don't think is there, and then it moves. And you're just like, what the hell is that?
And after we see that, the YouTuber, he says that the guy that filmed this says that Shadow Dude does that often.
oh yeah, he's
he'll,
come to name the thing Shadow Dude.
Like pop scare or whatever you call that.
Yeah. And then there was another one where he was hearing stuff out in the hallway or downstairs, and he went to investigate, and then he came. Then all of a sudden he hears noises coming from the bedroom that he was just
Where
in.
behind
Yeah.
him.
And so he turns around and re-enters the room, and there is something in the curtain of the window. And like you've got like the curtain of the window there, but there's like now this black, I don't even know how to describe it, like a spider type thing in there, and then it pinches and moves down outside of
It was
the,
like liquid.
yeah, it kind of looked like the symbiote, but it was underneath the curtain drape, so you could see sunlight, but there was an object in there, and then it just kind of stretched down
I gotta
to the
check
bottom.
these videos out, man.
It was
That
so
was fucking
good.
crazy.
What they got right, because it sounds legit, is because I've heard noises, and so
Yeah.
like when I know it's unexplainable, I know people are like, man, it's the wind, or it could be.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, man, they're playing games. It's a game.
Mm-hmm.
Is when you said that he started going towards the noise, and then the noise started happening where he was.
Yeah.
that happens all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, tell him about the very last scene of that.
Was it when he was in the garage?
No. It was after that. Okay.
Was
I'll
it in
tell
the middle of the night?
I'll tell it.
After the
So it's during the day again, and he hears noises, I guess. He leads back up to his bedroom, and he walks in, and you actually see a person, a very faint person. He has a blue button-up, rolled up sleeves, black pants, side profile. He's going out the window.
Let me try to think of how to explain.
It's
it
insane.
looks like he's climbing out and he leaves.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's not a black silhouette anymore. You actually see a man.
Yeah, he's got, and he's a white male, and he looks like he has a big white beard. That's like this, you know?
To carry all his privilege.
Yeah. But that was probably the craziest thing to see, because that was a man that you can see through, that you could only see down to maybe just a little bit below his waist. And he's got his arms stretched out like as if he's grabbing the window from the side and the bottom to lift and pull himself as if he's climbing out the window.
And he climbed out the fucking
And
window.
like instantly he's gone. I don't know how to explain something like that, because
we have to show you this.
like
Yeah,
like
wanna
I
see
know what
this.
I saw. I saw a man climbing
Frostmare.
through a window, and then instantly he was gone. But the window was closed. And before this, earlier in the video, the man he's hearing screaming, horrible screaming from down below,
Yeah,
and
it's
on the bottom
loud.
floor of the house.
Bloody Mary.
Yeah,
Like
I think it was a
yelling.
man screaming,
Yeah.
and it sounded horrible.
So I just watched Annabelle Creations, which is part 2, but it's technically the first one,
Okay, so you've got Annabelle.
which is part 3 technically. Annabelle, the first one, is technically part 3. Then part 2 is Annabelle Creations, which is technically part 1. And then part 3 is Annabelle Comes Home, which is
Home.
technically part 2.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it's really confusing with the Annabelle things.
Yeah, but and then I found out that they're all tied up to the nun, to like all the Conjuring nun stuff.
Yeah, they're all in the same universe.
Yeah, and then the Insidious actor is involved in all
He's
of this.
in
So
both.
then it's like,
Yeah.
but it's not tied to Insidious. It's just he's involved.
Yeah,
as
he
well.
just he's going through a part in his career where he's just like, I like horror movies. I'm going to do 2 major franchises at the same time, which
Bro,
can confuse audiences.
It does.
But no, Insidious and The Conjuring are 2 separate things.
Right, when he's supposed to, in The Conjuring, he's portraying the that famous couple, the
Yeah,
Warrens,
Ed
right?
Warren, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, where's Rose Byrne? Where's that hot ass? You know,
That's right. She was in the Insidious movies. That's right. Yeah.
she's beautiful.
Yeah.
I liked her in Up in the Air.
Sarah, how has your week been going?
Good.
I haven't seen that one.
It's good. George Clooney.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
It's based on a true events, like during 2000. Shoot, when was the recession where everybody was?
2008.
So it was during that time, 2008, where everybody was being let go because of recession and everything.
Okay.
So George Clooney's character works for a company that professionally fires people for other companies.
Oh, yeah, that had Anna Kendrick in it.
Yeah.
Where was Rose Byrne in that movie?
Oh, is that not the lady I'm thinking of?
I don't know. Are you thinking of Anna Kendrick or Rose Byrne?
Anna Kendrick is
No,
from
Rose
Pitch
Byrne.
Perfect.
Rose Byrne, she doesn't do the same thing, but they met while traveling, her and George Clooney. So then they'll match up schedules to kind of meet up and just do a fuck thing.
Okay, because he was teamed up with Anna Kendrick, but they never did anything.
No.
Okay.
She was engaged, but then got dumped.
Okay, but there
So
was...
you've seen this movie?
I saw like half of it at the apartment, I think, or it might have been long before and you were at your mom's.
God, I hope it's Rose Byrne.
And I honestly... No, I think it was Vera Farmiga,
Oh, okay.
who was also in The Conjuring. I don't know.
See? Okay, that's why I got confused.
That's why
Whatever I saw of this movie, I want to say I saw maybe half of it. And I was like, I'd be willing to watch the whole thing because it has Anna Kendrick.
It's funny, you were just asking me yesterday.
Is this Rose Byrne to you?
No.
Okay, then no.
Okay, so see, he was just asking me yesterday,
You're thinking
do
of
I know what Rose Byrne looks like? And I was like, yeah?
You're thinking of the AEW referee chick.
That's
No,
Aubrey.
I was not.
Oh, fuck.
I was thinking about the other lady in the Conjuring movies.
I was watching a news clip of I don't know if he was
Or
like
an
a
Annabelle.
mayor or whatever, senator. I don't know. He was being interviewed by a female reporter. And they cut to the reporter and I was like, Jesus Christ, that's Rose Byrne. But it wasn't. It was a girl that looked like she could have been her doppelganger.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't even remember what clip I was watching, what news channel it came from. And I was just like, God damn, she looks so much like Rose Byrne. And I was like, you know who that is? And Sarah was like, I don't know. I'm like, Instant
sure?
Family. She was the wife. No? Yeah. I'm like,
I mean, I
don't know.
kind of have a vague memory, but all blonde-haired women.
But she's not blonde, though.
No?
No,
Wasn't she blonde in the movie?
He just showed you who Rose Byrne was on his
Oh.
phone.
I was
Well,
like,
that
we
could've
still
been
talking
a
about Rose
picture.
Byrne? Because she's not, has she ever been blonde?
I don't know.
Not in Neighbors, for sure. Not in,
I thought she had blonde hair in Instant Family.
we might have it here in a little bit. That's a little.
Yeah, it's a little bit blonde, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, man.
okay.
See?
God
I
damn,
told
Rose.
you.
Oh, what is this?
I.
Oh, please, Sarah. You didn't even know who she was. She over
But
here
I
like,
remember.
see, I told you. And I'm like, what? Name one movie. I don't know.
Oh, but my
Rose
week
Byrne.
is good. Starting a new job.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's my birthday.
Hopefully y'all don't.
You're a June baby? June 2nd.
No, June 5th. I'm staying kayfabe.
Cut this out.
Cut that out? Okay. I'll see what I can do. Okay, so hopefully there's going to be no drama at this new job. Who knows what can happen?
Hi.
Everybody's new. They're like, oh, yeah, the store hasn't even opened yet. And then all of a sudden, just like, I don't like her perfume. Oh, my God, here we go.
Oi.
Or
That's
like,
how it starts.
But like it's a good combination when the store's new. I've opened a bunch of several new stores and trained them, so it's always the dynamic is so different. No one's better than anybody else.
Yeah.
Everybody, and then it's a good start. Like
Yeah.
it's hard. Like I thought she was coming into like 5 veterans who are like, sweetie, you got a lot to learn. But it's not. That's good.
But you saying that's how I felt when I worked at another spa in Katy. They were all veterans. Some had been there from day one and it was over 20 years old.
Yeah.
But I've
That's
known
hard.
them through a mutual friend. And they all just were so kind and took me under their wing, except for one bitch. I can't stand her.
Oh, my God.
So okay, then that was best case scenario.
Yeah,
Yes.
they were all so sweet.
Normally, it's like, this is how it's done.
Yeah.
And if you can't handle it, let me know. It's like, you're not even the manager. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
You're just the one that books the client.
Right. That happens everywhere, though. A restaurant, it doesn't matter where.
Oh, one hospitality girl looks like Sydney Watson, the YouTuber.
Oh, the one that I like watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
She
the
looks
one that,
just like her.
She bakes.
Only she does have she has different eyes.
Uh-huh.
But her frame, and then she has the brown hair.
Oh, okay.
And I even told her, because we did this skit where my group of 4, and she was in my group, and I said, "You look like a YouTuber. Look her up."
Did she like that? Did she?
Yeah.
Or was she like, what's that?
No, she liked it.
What's a YouTube?
She says-
There's still a lot of people that do. They're like,
They don't
do
know
you
what a
mean
YouTube is?
Yeah, no, they're like, what do you mean YouTuber? I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
A creator,
the person that, like when you go on YouTube, the person that usually starts off the video with like, "Hi, everybody,
Welcome back to my channel."
That person's called a YouTuber.
I always just do like and subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Because they're always pointing down.
They're always, yeah. Hopefully everything works out at this new job.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
There's a girl there that I've worked with before at Gringos back in the day.
Does she remember you?
I don't know. Because I wore my face mask.
Oh,
wait, what? Oh, your
y'all-
thing.
So then y'all don't really know each other other than
Well,
the
she
eyes.
didn't wear one. She didn't wear one.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's.
I don't know if we're going to say hello, like, or hey, didn't we go to school or didn't we work together? It's just, no.
Like, no, I don't think
We'll
so.
just get reintroduced.
Yeah, isn't your last name Lozano? You're like, nope, it's not.
Did you walk into the
Not
room
yet.
of all these new people and you're like, the boss is like, all right, y'all, I'm going to let y'all mingle. I'll be back in 10 minutes. And they leave and you just look around and you go, so, do
you like
like stuff?
You want some water or something like that?
Do you remember on The Simpsons when Ralph and Lisa were going on a date?
Bless his heart, bro.
So, you like stuff?
Oh.
I fucking love
I
it.
do like stuff.
So yeah, my week has been productive.
Oh, okay. HBO Max.
How was your week?
It was great.
HBO Max.
I mean, it was. we gave HBO Max a try through a friend.
Thanks, Wooter. In exchange for my YouTube TV.
As much as they have on there, it feels like it's only a fraction of what they're going to ultimately put up there. It's like Disney Plus. When it started, they had a lot of stuff, but you just knew this was like just scratching the surface.
So,
HBO Max is actually really impressive of what they have.
So HBO had their own app, and if you had HBO or subscribed to HBO, you got that. But now HBO Max has the whole library, I guess.
It was HBO Now.
Yeah.
So
if you had that, it just updated and you upgraded to HBO Max because it's the same price. Because I was wondering, I was like, what if you have HBO Now?
Why would I?
And they want you to get HBO Max?
Right.
Like, what are they going to have that this standard thing doesn't have? Because the standard thing already had everything. So what makes HBO Max better? It was just an upgrade. So
Well, guess where Studio Ghibli went? HBO Max.
all of them. Remember when we had talked about that those movies were going to go to Netflix?
Yeah.
And they still, I don't believe they have.
No.
I haven't seen any of them. She would tell me to search certain ones and nothing. They're all on HBO Max. And we watched, which one?
Howl's Moving Castle.
Never heard of it. That had American
It's one of my
actors.
favorites.
Christian Bale was the voice of some wizard.
Howl.
He's a wizard, right?
Yeah.
And Billy Crystal was like a little flame that was a demon that can talk. And so that was actually pretty cool because it was Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to explain this movie other than it was weird, but it was very gorgeous to look at.
The lighthouse was weird. Is that the kind of weird you're talking about?
No, this is
No.
like a cartoon of art.
So Hayao Miyazaki, the creator of these movies, he always has some kind of, I don't want to say subliminal message, but some kind of current imagery of sorts, but in a different time period that he wants to represent in this movie, but tell a different story. So whereas this one, I read, it was about when we invaded Iraq in 2003 and started bombing everything. Well, in starting the movie, you just automatically notice all this smoke coming from trains. So this was 1887. So I guess like the first vehicles were being made and everything was running off steam. And that's all you see. I'm thinking, oh, this is about pollution. Like, that's obvious. But no, this was his anti-war message. And you see it. And then, of course, once the story progresses, you see the war happening.
Yeah, it was interesting enough. There is another Studio Ghibli movie that I do want to check out, and I already forgot what the name. But if I saw the cover, I'd be like, "That's the one."
What it look like?
Do you remember what the other one was?
What it look like?
I can't remember. It's one of those I'd know it if I saw it. The thing about these Studio Ghibli movies is that they're all, I call them weird because I don't know how else to describe these things. But I do recognize that each one has a distinct look, and they're all highly regarded as works of art. Because there is a certain level of very high quality, at least to the one that I just watched. That I was like, God damn, like this rivals a traditional Disney 2D animated movie.
It's beautiful.
And they've been around since the 80s doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they
The
got,
80s.
yeah. And I think their first one was the one with the big cat. What's his name?
No, that's what we thought. Because that was 88.
Yeah.
There was one other movie that came out in 87 or 86.
The 80s used to be a long time ago in 2000.
Yeah.
We're in 2020. Now it's...
That was like 40 years ago.
Now it's now... Before it was like when it was the 40s, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Now it's the 80s.
Yeah. In the time that we've been gone, Obviously, I watch a lot of Shudder. I finally got to see the movie Jack Frost. Not the one with Michael Keaton where he's a happy snowman.
Bro, I was just about to say, whenever y'all were talking about Frostmare, I was like, you mean Jack Frost?
No. I saw Jack Frost, the murderous snowman.
Which is terrible.
Oh my God.
How could you...
It was pretty bad.
Name it the same as another movie.
See, that I don't know. I don't know how they got away with that, but maybe they were just like, oh, whoever made the movie with Michael Keaton where it's a happy-go-lucky snowman, they were just like, trust us, no one will confuse us with that murderous snowman, because that movie was ass, and as bad as we're gonna be,
but it was just called Jack Frost. It wasn't Jack Frost the murderous snowman.
No, it was just Jack Frost.
Wow. And
there's a famous scene of this, there's a girl taking a bath, and all of a sudden he materializes in the tub. She stands up, he hugs her, and he's ramming her against the wall. And he kills her. He crushes her. But he's like a stiff moving thing. It's horrible. Oh my God, it was so bad.
We don't see it. We just see the shadow.
Oh no, we see him. He grabs her and then slams her against the wall. Really jerky. It's not great.
Did he penetrate her?
There was an undertone of that.
I figured. That sounds like this kind of movie.
So yeah, there was that.
Why did you watch that?
Because Joe Bob said check it out, man.
Oh.
And so I watched it on his thing, but he gave it 2.5 stars, so I should have known it probably was going to be bad.
2.5 stars out of 10?
Out of 5.
Okay.
So it's like, it's middle of the road, but you know, I don't know. I didn't want to watch it with Sarah because there's only so much judgment I could take with her in the room. I could feel her looking at me and watching as I watch this trash, you know.
There's a tube of judgment that gets filled, and you're like, oh, it's getting full.
I already judged you when that cop werewolf, and it
wolf
showed
cop?
his
wolf cop.
It was wolf
transformative penis.
That was great.
No, it was not.
That
was horrifying, which I guess served its purpose.
What was the penis scene again? He was peeing?
Yeah, he was in the middle of, he wasn't feeling good, and he was going to turn into the werewolf, and he was like, I need to pee. Like, he wasn't feeling good because he was also drunk. So he's over there urinating, and then the attack happens, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm turning in!" And his hand explodes, and then he's still holding his dick. And then we cut to a down angle, and you see wiener, and then it bursts in this wiener of fur.
It's a new wiener.
And of everything that Sarah had to look at, she had to look at that moment because. You know, after that scene, I don't even know how much more of the movie she even saw. She was too busy playing on her phone, doing whatever, and she just happened.
Thank goodness.
And she just happened to look at the wiener explode, and I was like, God damn it!
I don't know how I do it.
Do you have a gift?
It's right there, like from Brain Damage, where the lady was going to give oral to the guy in the alleyway,
right?
And then the thing came
out.
And
I saw that.
It killed the woman.
God, I saw that scene too.
There was embarrassment there. I was like, I can acknowledge that this is trash, but I feel small with Sarah watching me watch this. I think it only goes to show how much he cares about me.
Yes.
Wolf Cop.
Joe Bob said, check it out, and I'm going to tell you to check out Wolf Cop. And there's a second one, and I really want to see that, but it's not on Shudder.
There's a part of me that every time you say Joe Bob makes me think of Joe Biden.
Wow.
His middle name is Bob.
And because of you, oh no. It's hard to differentiate between the presidential candidate and this guy.
Maybe it's Joe Walter.
I could look up his real name, as I've said, is not actually Joe Bob Briggs. He does have an actual normal sounding name. It might be Jonathan something, but I think his first name...
Jonathan Wiggins.
But I appreciate the stuff that he does. He recently showed this week on his show, he showed a movie called Dead Heat, which is a old 80s buddy cop comedy zombie movie, which I really enjoyed, but apparently it was trash. And Sarah was in the room watching, she was working or doing something. And as I'm watching this, I'm genuinely enjoying it. I'm laughing at a lot of the stupidity that's going on in this movie.
Which is why I think you would like Will Ferrell if you gave him a shot, but I think you're closed out to him.
I don't know.
You close him out, man.
You know, if he's not the lead, I think I would be more accepting of him. But if he's the lead, I don't know. I think there's a limit of tolerance to that.
What is a good Will Ferrell movie I can tell you about where he's not Elf? Because I think you would like Elf, actually.
I think I would like Elf just because Zooey Deschanel is in it. And I would tolerate it
watch
just
Elf?
with her. I've never seen all of Elf. I think I've only seen half of it.
Are you saying Elf weird?
Is it Alf or Elf?
Elf.
Oh,
Elf.
okay. I must have said Alf.
You kept saying Alf, and I was like, is he saying Alf?
Oh, no. Yeah, the little puppet that would eat cats. He was
Yeah.
an alien, right?
Yeah. Which my dad named my cat Alf once upon a time. And he was a jerk.
That's
why he was angry.
That's called irony right there.
Yeah. No wonder he was so pissed.
But yeah, Elf. I think I've seen maybe 40 minutes in totality, and it's not in order. So all I know is Zooey Deschanel is in it, and if I did watch it, it would be just for her.
She's so cute.
Because she's cute. That's exactly why.
The hate is gone. Nobody remembers what she did.
What did she do?
We're not gonna remember.
Did she like kick a baby or something?
Remember, she cheated on her husband and got with one of the movers, twins.
No.
I didn't tell y'all.
Jonathan Scott.
Remember, we were talking about why did she fall from grace?
Oh, I remember you saying that, and I was like, she fell
They
from
did
grace?
carpool karaoke together. Her and the twins, and I guess Drew Scott's wife.
Who are the twins?
Jonathan and Drew Scott.
Who the hell are they?
They moved.
They're on HGTV.
They're like
They're
builders,
Property
movers,
Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
She is with the guy that would actually do the demo.
Nice. Which
But she was
doesn't
married.
matter because they look
Why?
the same.
I was like, why are you saying nice? They're the same guy.
I know, but she was like, distinctly, this one does the demo, and I'm like, which doesn't matter because it's the same person.
I personally think the real estate one is cuter.
What?
Does he part his hair differently or
No,
what?
he just looks just that much
I
different.
think they comb their hair the same way.
Probably. Does one look a little bit more dapper than the other?
Well, I mean, he wears a suit. That's nice.
I thought they both wore suits.
No, he's doing demo.
Obviously,
He wears flannel shirts.
obviously
and
he's not
jeans.
going to be doing demo in a coat, Sarah.
We can do real estate in a coat.
Oh,
Drew
yeah.
Scott is much more handsome.
See, how? How can that be? I mean, they're the same
Well, this
guy.
is like Nikki Bella and Brie Bella. Right?
Brie Bella is much prettier.
See, people can tell the difference.
Well, yeah,
But
because
those
one
guys-
has giant tits and the other one doesn't.
Well, Brie does now.
They both have giant tits now?
Yeah, but hers are natural.
Oh, well, yeah, and they're
'Cause
full
of
of
the
they're full of
babies.
milk. But before that,
after.
the other the sister had fake tits, and that was how you could differentiate them.
Well,
No,
still, Brie
I
is
can
much
look at
prettier.
their face and differentiate.
You can.
One had fatter lips. Did she get lip implants?
No, I think
Stop being
it's in the-
superficial.
Why? She's the
He-
one that's materialistic.
You are.
You can
you're
tell that
trying-
one that got the fake tits first. Nikki.
She did not get her lips done.
Okay, I'm just saying she looks like she did. And
No, you
it's-
can tell in the cheekbone and eye right
Yeah.
here. This part, you can tell who's Nikki and who's Brie.
Okay.
Though, after she gave birth to Birdie, for some reason, Brie started to look more like Nikki. And then it was like, oh, this is kind of hard.
Yeah, then you had to actually look at their wrestling technique, and you'd be like, oh, that's the bad one. That one's Brie.
Yes, she was a very bad
As bad
wrestler.
as Nikki was, she was a
felt
little
so
bit more
bad for that.
graceful.
She felt so bad.
No,
for
we're talking about
botching.
before, though.
Oh.
But yeah, she felt terrible for that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it was like, look, you could injure yourself or drop yourself on your own head if you want to, but just don't hurt the other wrestlers.
Yeah, she
That's
didn't-
where we have a problem.
She didn't mean to.
You know what my favorite match was of theirs?
The one they're not in?
The last one.
J-
That was my favorite match. I came to determine. I can't even remember it, but I was like, whichever one's their last one, that's my favorite. We got some non-news news. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to get into a crux of it. Man, I went down a rabbit hole and I found baby names that I just couldn't believe were actually real. So I ended up having, like 25 baby names that we can discuss. And then I have a bunch of honorable mentions
that are ridiculous.
that are absurd. Yes.
I mean, the one I brought up before was hashtag. I will never let go of that.
And it all started with this article of non-news news that I found, and I was like, oh man. Once you scratch that, I'm like, let me just go down that rabbit hole.
It smells so good.
This one is a wife is angry at her husband who plans to give their unborn baby a stupid name. A woman's husband has been slammed by parents online after she revealed his odd baby name suggestion. She explained that since her husband and his parents are math geniuses, she thought it would be funny and cute to give the newborn's name to include a math reference of some sort. Although she didn't say what her reference would have been. She was just like, hey, can y'all think of something unique math related for our child? And then they went and they did. The name that the woman was thinking of were regular names such as Dylan, Jared, or Lauren, but her husband, after being told of the funny idea, thought of the name Cube. And he was serious in pushing for it. Yeah, Cube.
Cube.
She explains in the confrontation that followed that she would rather name her child Sweater before settling on Cube.
Why not
And-
trapezoid?
And the cube is in reference to the Rubik's Cube.
Yes.
I just want to make that clear. The mother-to-be took to Reddit and asked advice on what she should do about her husband and this ridiculous name, as it was Cube. Now, someone on Reddit did suggest, why doesn't the husband why don't you guys compromise and go with Rube? Or you could add the accent mark and go with Rube or Ruby. And that's kind of a mix because they would still reference the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
But no, he's steadfast on cube. So
He's not being serious. He's so not.
I mean, he seemed to be serious, at least according to this article. But the lady was just like, are you fucking kidding me? You're a genius, a math genius. That's what you came up with?
He has to be joking.
Unless they named their child Hexadecimal after the evil villainess from the show Reboot, which was about a computer program. People were doing stuff in there, and it was an adventure show. It was an old CG animated show that used to air on ABC Kids, and I used to watch it. It was great.
Wow.
Can people have names as numbers? Are numbers allowed?
I really don't think there's a rule against anything of a name.
Elon Musk just did something very unique with that. You know what he named his child?
No.
Did you hear about that?
I know a lady wanted to name her son Messiah, and then
Wow.
First name The, last name Messiah, or middle name Messiah.
but the court told her she couldn't. I
Really?
can't remember what state this was in.
The first name is The, middle name Messiah, last name Gonzalez.
Wow.
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, I was like, first name Monday, middle name Night, last name Messiah. Monday, Night, Messiah.
Ew.
Hyphen, and then their last name.
Wow.
Come on over here, Monday Night Messiah Jacobs.
Monday Night Messiah. Jacobs. The baby's name, Grimes reveals a nickname for the baby, which is X, and then the AE that are mushed together. I don't know what that's called. And then an A-12.
What?
That is the name of
Let me read that. Okay. Oh, wow.
X.
How do you pronounce that?
I don't know. So I guess it's Zaylee, X-A-E, and
Yeah.
then A-12, right?
That's what I see.
X-A-E, A-12.
What's wrong with people?
So Zaya 12. What is 12? 12 looks like a is. So Zaya is.
I mean, if you don't want to use the number 12, you could use the Roman numerals X11, which I guess if you wanted to use those as letters,
Xavi.
you can say Z, which is XII. So if you wanted to, I think you could call
You
the
said
child
12 was what?
X11.
So that would be Zazy.
Yeah, if you wanted to read it as the Roman numerals for 12, you could read it as ZZ.
There you go, folks.
Which, again, would
Here
be-
you have it on the Six Ed Cast podcast. Zazy.
There you go, ZZ. Which actually doesn't sound half bad, but when you write it out, you're just like, what the fuck is this?
See, you're supposed to leave it to celebrities to come up with these, quote, creative yet idiotic names for their children.
And why did they do it? Is it just like a self-fulfilling prophecy of, oh, look at me, I'm a celebrity?
Because they're so in their
I'm gonna-
heads.
Okay.
They're so in their heads.
I think they call it up the butt. Head up the butt.
Unlike Gwyneth Paltrow, she's not.
Well,
Why?
I don't know. She does suffer from high self-esteem.
Yeah, which is why she's in her head.
Okay. And she also literally walks around thinking her vagina doesn't stink.
Yeah, it smells like roses.
Which maybe it doesn't stink after she cleans it, right?
One can assume, but
And if she cleans it
the only
constantly.
way for the average person to know is if you shell out $75 and we got a candle. Because then we could be like, this is literally what Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina smells like. Let's light the candle and let's find out for ourselves.
But you made it seem like she thinks 24/7 it doesn't stink. I'm like, if she constantly watches
if
it,
she suffers from high self-esteem, she probably believes it doesn't stink.
that doesn't sound like suffering.
Well, I mean, when you hear about rich celebrities and they're like, oh, I'm in lockdown and I have to spend 3 months in my loft apartment. Yes. And you're just like, then the average person is like, are you fucking kidding me? You're in a mansion. You have the world at your fingertips. You have a personal chef or blah, blah, blah.
And here I am.
And you're thinking that I'm stuck in this 2-room apartment. I'm going stir crazy. At least you have a courtyard behind your house to go wander around in.
When they first started opening stuff here in Texas, Ross was full. Like people were.
That pissed me off so much.
What?
And by my old job, there was a line out the fucking door
For Ross?
for Ross. Because
Like-
they had their sale.
Right, so it was like everybody was like starved to go to Ross. I don't know. It was so
They
weird.
had their end of quarantine sale?
It was some clothing sale. I don't know.
Come and get it.
I mean, if you're going to be on the nose about it, just man up and say what it is. This is the end of quarantine sale. Come and celebrate at Ross.
Shame on you, Ross.
Did they
Shame on you.
Did they at least have good deals though?
I don't fucking know. I don't care.
I'm sure it wasn't anything better than the $7.99 shorts you can get.
Right.
Oh, they have shorts for $7.99.
Yeah, those are good deals.
God damn.
Just go to TJ Maxx or Marshalls instead.
Yeah.
Ross is the Walmart.
Are there people? Yeah, and
TJ Maxx is the Target. You want to go there
And pay more.
I mean,
just for better quality clothes.
look,
It's worth
what
it.
are the chances that I could run into someone who will flash me their meat less at TJ Maxx or at Ross?
TJ Maxx?
TJ Maxx.
Okay.
Go to Ross. Go
And what if I go to a TJ Maxx and I just happen to catch the wrong dude on the wrong day, and he's like, "These shorts are mine," and then he just shows me his.
Then you
meat,
manifested it.
and
It's
I'm
your
like,
fault.
"What did I do?" This is the first clothing store that I went to out of quarantine, and I get shown.
You're not
meat.
even fighting for the shorts. You just showed me your dick. Put it up.
He was looking for new never nudes. Don't judge him.
Oh man.
Wait, are you hard?
He's like, "Of course, I'm shopping at TJ Maxx." Aren't you hard? Look at these deals, and I'm like, "Hold on, let me look at these tags." Holy shit!
This is definitely chub worthy.
I messaged Sarah, "Man, I got like a third of a chub. I
Sarah-
bought 2 pairs of shoes.
Sarah's like,
for
"Who's that
under
bitch?"
$15 together." 1/3 of a chub. There you go.
1/3.
We were talking about baby names, so I have a bunch of baby names.
Is Chubb a name?
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
It's like, yes, but it's SCH, so it's Shub.
And wasn't there a comedian that based off the movie Chud? He called it a Chud baby.
Oh.
I can't remember what the joke's from. But even I knew what Chud baby meant. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh no, that was good.
Chubb and Chud.
That's the first name and the middle name. Chub Chud.
Oh
Chub
man.
Chub.
The first name that I came across was a name called Hellzel. 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 According to this article, the origin of this name is for the name. It was explained that the mother liked the name Hazel, and the father was a biker who loved the Hell's Angels.
Oh,
so then
my-
you take those two things and you mash them together, Hazel and Hell's Angel, you get Hellzel.
Hellzel.
No hyphen, one word.
Hellzel, you get down here right now.
Check this one out. A miracle. AH miracle. So you're like, miracle. That's how you pronounce it. Nearly 800 girls are named Miracle each year, but then there is a miracle on top of all these other names like La Miracles and Ja Miracles with a J.
Wow.
Never heard of such a name.
Not that anything's wrong with it. I just want to know who's doing it.
Although I gotta admit, a miracle is actually quite unique.
Oh,
But I never would have thought. But yeah, you have to pronounce it a miracle instead of just miracle.
Miracle.
How do you say miracle in Espanol?
Milagro.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, even that one I didn't know.
I remember hearing that name years back, and I don't remember who said it. And I was like, Milagro, what? And then I was like, what does that sound like? Like I was like, is that miracle? And then they're like, yeah, that's named. I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. Milagro.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. It's kind of old school. You know, it's kind of like when you don't hear a carol anymore.
Man, when was the last time you met a Carol? Mm-hmm. Unless it was Carol Danvers from
Tiger King? No.
Carol Danvers from Captain Marvel. Was that her name?
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, was that Karen Danvers?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think it's Karen Danvers for Captain Marvel, and then Carol Danvers for Supergirl.
Oh.
That's why I was like, wait, hold on.
What was the lady's name in Tiger King? She
I don't
looks
know.
like a Carol.
I never saw Tiger King.
No offense to the Carols.
I kind of wanted to watch Tiger King, but you kept shooting me down.
When?
It is carol.
When we were in
When
lockdown.
it came out?
When we were in lockdown.
You were all about not watching it because of the
Yes.
hype.
And then I was like on the fence, and you were like, no, I'm not watching Tiger King.
You're
Because you pushed her in that
you're
direction.
full of it.
I'm not full of it. You just don't remember. You couldn't remember who Rose Byrne was.
No, I couldn't. And we had just watched her.
Manuel's like, she's hot, bro.
She is.
She is very, very. I bet you really loved her when she was in X-Men First Class.
You know what? I actually didn't watch it when it came out. I watched First Class way after.
Oh, okay.
That's the one they end up in an island, right, or something?
I believe so. Yeah, for the Cuban Missile Crisis. But there's that scene where she had to get in lingerie to get into that gentleman's club and all that else. Okay. When I saw that movie recently on FXX or something,
How many X's?
I think there's just two. Yeah, Sarah had gone to bed and I was doing something over there, and so I was like, let me watch live TV as I do whatever the fuck else I was doing. And then that happened to be on, so I clicked that, and it happened to go into that scene. I was like, bet you Manuel's loving this if he's even watching this.
I saw it twice, maybe, and that was back then.
Yeah. What about this one? I'm unique. Now this is I-MUNUQUE. I'm unique. A Reddit user found this name on one of worst baby lists, and that was it. Origin unknown. It was just on Reddit. I'm unique.
Can you imagine having a conversation like, Sarah, I'm unique, wants to go have, she wants to go to gymnastics. Oh, it's a he.
Oh,
Man.
no.
I'm unique really wants to play soccer.
I mean, here I am calling Vin my daughter.
Yeah.
That was Zach's fault.
Oh, man. There's a name out there called Baby Girl.
No.
And I actually have it in my notes. Who knows why this happened? Yeah.
Baby Bash.
I think that... Wow. Wow. Baby Bash.
Baby girl.
He had like 2 songs that I liked. And Sugar Sugar. And I can't remember what the other one was.
It was... He had Sugar Sugar and...
The next song that he came out with, I liked. And I can't... Honest to God, can't remember what it was. But Baby Girl is the type of name...
Hold on. Did Sugar Sugar have Frankie J?
I believe so.
Oh.
Frankie J and Baby Bash. Sugar.
How You Get So Fly.
Dude, at the time, I thought it was like a romantic love song. Bro, they're talking about smoking weed the whole song.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well, it's a double entendre.
Things take on a totally different meaning when you hit the age of, when you understand stuff.
If you don't understand, then it's perfect. It's a double entendre.
Here I was 15 years old. I was like, oh my God, this is like the greatest love song ever.
And
then when I'm 24, I was like, wait a minute.
You used to dance to it like Grandmaster Sex Act.
Over there at the skating rink, I thought it was the greatest song in the world.
Yeah.
And then as an adult, I'm embarrassed.
I think Frankie J did Obsession. And I think in Obsession, he featured Baby Bash.
Whatever happened to those guys?
Frankie J went on to make more music, and Baby Bash ended up doing Cyclone with Lil Jon and stuff.
Are they still around to this day?
No. This was 2000.
He's like, oh no, they died.
This is in the last decade, so I really haven't heard from Baby Bash or Frankie J this decade.
So it's kind of like, what happened to Mace? He just kind of disappeared.
Who's Mace?
Are you serious?
I'm joking.
Okay. Oh man.
But the question could stand.
Yeah, I guess it could stand. So Baby Girl, is that type of name when you literally, the time frame, the doctors are like, we need a goddamn name. This baby's been on Earth for 3 days. What do you want to name this baby? And they're just like, how about Baby Girl? We're at the end of our line. They're going to kick us out.
I mean, you might as well just call her by her nickname.
What is the nickname?
Baby Girl.
Yeah, that was my next question. I was like, what
Baby
is...
Girl? And it's like, nurse?
They're saying we're already going to call her Baby Girl for the rest of her life. Might as well just name her that.
So then when you go to school and you're Baby Girl Robinson.
Right. I was just about to put her last name. So I wanted to do something ridiculous. But yeah, like Robinson or something. I don't know. Generic Baby Girl Robinson.
When I call your name, say I, or here, present. Tommy, Jessica, Rebecca, Baby Girl. You just have to,
it's a guy. It's a boy. Present.
Well, hold on. I'm sorry.
No. Baby Girl. That's me.
What of it? Okay. I like this one. For all the wrong reasons. Britney, Shakira, Beyonce.
Ew.
This name belongs to one person whose parents were huge fans of all 3 of these singers and couldn't decide on what to name their little daughter. So they came up with all 3 of them. They decided, let's just go with that. What's funny about this is that each time they call their daughter, they use all 3 names every single time.
In that order?
Yeah.
Britney, Shakira, Beyonce. That sounds like you're having an aneurysm, or like you just spitting names out. Britney, Shakira, Beyonce.
Or you're getting your chest waxed in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
What does he say when he gets it yanked?
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson. That's another movie I've never seen from beginning to end.
That one's good.
You need to.
Is it really?
You need to. At the time, I also was like, okay, that's kind of dumb.
I know. Now I really appreciate Steve Carell, so maybe I would like that one. Wow. Yeah. So, okay.
BSB.
And Britney, Shakira, Beyonce, there is no last name attached to it.
Yeah.
You could
Backstreet Boys.
You could still insert whatever rando last name that you want.
She's got 4 names because she's BSB.
And that's her first name. So if you wanted to give this girl a middle name and then tag on the standard last name, You could potentially have 5 names.
How iconic is that? Like, you've got the Queen Bee, respect.
Yeah.
And then you've got Shakira worldwide, you know? And then you've got Britney, the Princess of Pop.
Do you think her middle name should be Taylor or Selena?
Neither, bro. And I like Taylor.
Or is that like too much?
No, bro, no. Give her like, I don't know, Letitia or something.
What? Okay. I was trying to think of like what could possibly be the longest last name that I could think of. Like Roethlisberger. There you go.
Yeah, that's pretty
Britney,
long.
Shakira, Beyonce, Taylor, Roethlisberger. Imagine having to write that.
That's
on
a
like
mouthful.
Yeah, imagine having to write that out like on a application to a job. I wonder what these kids think when they get older. Like, what are my parents thinking?
That they're embarrassed.
All right, so this one is Love Child Ermengarde, but it looks like Love Child Ermengarde. But it's not Ermengarde, it's Ermengarde. Love Child Ermengarde. But when you read it fast, it's kind of like Bob blah blah.
Yeah.
You read it fast, you're like Love Child Ermengarde.
What a way to make the message clear.
These hippie parents wanted to include their mother's granddaughter's name into their child's name, which is Ermengarde. But why did they settle on the first part, Love Child? Nobody knows.
That's gross.
Fucking hippies. You gotta love them. But they're just as stupid.
Love Child. Then why did you just skip it and say cum rag?
Ew. Chud baby.
I do kind of like the last name or the second name that's deceiving and just like, is that Ermengarde? Oh God! Coming up is our graduating class of blah blah blah. Coming up, Love Child Ermengarde.
And so they say Ermengarde, and then they're like, oh my God.
Like I could just see the principal or valedictorian being like, "Is this right? No, did I say it right? Ermengarde? Oh my God, I said it right."
I go by,
All into the live mic.
I go by Irma.
Yeah, because you was like, I'm just call me Irma.
Just call me Irma.
Okay, this next one, Nivea or Nivea.
The lotion.
Yeah.
Nevaeh. Nivea. This is simply the word heaven written backwards.
Oh, I've heard of that.
I never had. I was like, how? What?
I mean, it's
Wait,
okay.
spell it again. N-I-V.
N-E-V.
N-E-V.
A-E-H.
A-E-H. Okay,
So
I thought there
it's
was another A in there.
Nivea or Nivea.
Yeah, that was like it's falling off your tongue. Like, no.
I'm not even sure how to pronounce. Like I would have
I
to
say never.
I guess if you type it into Google, how would Google pronounce this word?
Never.
Never? I guess that would probably be the closest thing.
So is the British way of saying never. Never.
Never. And
Sorry,
it's
British.
just, there's like, how did you do that? It's heaven backwards. Oh, okay. They should have just called you Red Rum if that's what they were going for.
Right?
No.
The next one is Beverly with a B. B-E-B-E-R-L-Y.
Bibberly?
I called it Beverly.
Beverly.
This was probably Beverly, but the parents wanted to be cute with it, so now it sounds stupid. It sounds like a child saying it.
Or name it after Bieber. Be like Bieberly.
Ew.
I think that I would actually accept that one better than this one.
Yeah.
Because this looks and sounds like a child came up with it.
Yeah.
At least if they were Bieberly.
It's like, I get it.
Yeah. How about Little Sweet Meat?
Little sweet meat?
And it's a boy.
Oh, I have it in my notes. Just think about this name for 30 seconds and think ahead of how awful other children will make fun of this child's name. Do not name your child Little Sweet Meat.
That's a joke to the dad's penis. It has to be, right?
I don't know. It very well could be.
Sweet meats. Get back on the court.
Unless, like, as a parent, you know how you give your child pet names or some sort? Like, hey, Peanut, or hey, Buddy, or Pumpkin, or whatever. Maybe they were just like, we can call our child Little Sweetmeat.
How selfish of these parents.
Forever. I don't understand.
At the age of 14, he's 6 feet tall, though. And it's like, hey, Lil, what's up?
Okay, so this one, I don't know if it's one word or if it's just A, B, C, D, E. How would you say that word? Yeah, so you spell it ABCDE. And as dumb as this name is, can you believe that there are at least 328 people in the United States named ABCDE? And in 2009 alone, 32 babies were given alphabetical names, but they didn't list what those other names were.
I was like, I thought you meant the whole thing. How fast can you say that?
Can you imagine if you just named your kid XYZ or something?
Yeah.
I mean, what other alphabetical
So
names
Zai?
can you... I guess.
Zeiss.
Quick, think of a alphabetical name. But they have to be in order. So it'd be like LMNAO or... No,
about-
that's not in order.
LMAO.
Tooth?
I'm sexy and I know it.
Or it would be tooth.
How about knob? Nope.
Nope.
N-O-P.
Nop.
Knob.
I guess, yeah. There's a child out there, this poor bastard, is named America.
No.
Or just America. There is, whatever. As if the name America wasn't funny enough to name a child, these patriotic parents honestly thought that their child was going to make America great again.
Hey, there's an actress named America.
A mattress?
America.
An actress named America.
America. Not America.
Who is this actor?
America Ferrari.
Is it spelled with E-M? America?
No, America.
Oh my god.
And she's a decent actress, I guess.
What about Jerica?
I've heard of that.
Doesn't look too bad.
These parents might have liked the name Jessica, but also wanted Erica as well. So what did? They made them kiss.
They broke the walls down.
They actually should have just gone for that. Just call your kid Jericho. Orgasm, that's pretty bad. This name was heard from the daughter of a labor and delivery nurse who says that they've heard an abundance of terrible baby names, but this one, by far, is the worst. It is bad, shocking, embarrassing, and vulgar, all at the same time.
Is it or as first name and then Gasm middle name, or is it
Nope.
just?
It is orgasm.
Yikes.
It's like that's how you
They weren't even
came be,
trying to
honey.
hide it.
Assholes.
Okay, Northwest.
Ugh.
Okay, so the parents or father of this child carries the last name of West, which isn't bad at all. But but going with the first name of North and adding it to a standard last name of West is what makes this name strange and silly.
If you can't figure out these people, then you're living under a rock.
Nick, do you know?
Do I know what? What's North? What's Northwest?
Sarah says that statement.
Do you know who these people are?
No. I'm reading it from whatever article that I...
Kim and Kanye West.
Okay.
They named their daughter North.
They did. Well, I don't keep up with them. I honestly don't.
Dude.
And they named their son Saint West.
Oh, God.
Don't video me. I look terrible.
I didn't.
I didn't.
And they named their son Saint West.
Oh, God.
Don't video me. I look terrible.
That's perfect.
And they named their son. But you didn't
just-
catch Northwest.
Yeah. Baby Northwest by Kanye West.
Oh, man. What a dumb name.
And Kim said okay to that.
Of course she did.
It's like,
she
okay,
married
sweetie.
him. She's going to say okay to a lot of stupid stuff.
She already did before him.
Yep.
But that did lead to a lot of money
What?
for her whole family.
Her marrying Kanye West?
No, doing crazy things.
Like the porno?
That was that.
That was very boring and lazy. I don't know which was worse, hers or Paris's. They were both terrible.
Well, Paris, I don't even recall people really talking about that one. Not like Kim K.
I mean, if
Only
people
because Ray J was in it.
if people talked about it,
Was it the dick or was it the ass?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I don't know. Both parties didn't really seem interested. And
You're talking again of
watching the porn of
Paris.
Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton. I've seen both of them,
And neither
they were
seem-
both terrible.
oh,
Easily by comparison to a lot of the terrible stuff that I've seen, I would much rather watch
Shammerstein.
some of those terrible horror movies again.
Since Nick has seen them and not you and I have not seen them, maybe we should watch it together.
Y'all can.
That's
'cause
weird.
I don't want to submit myself to that again.
Can you actually see parts? It's like I figured it's like under the blanket or something.
No.
Or,
No, you can see parts. The Kim one is lit well, I guess. If you take like whatever lighting is in this room, it's nothing special. But the Paris Hilton is it night vision?
Yeah,
And
that's what
it's-
I've heard.
And it's weird. And
so we don't even know if it's her.
no, it's her. She looks right at the camera, and you know that that's her.
Oh,
And you're just like, really? I thought you were supposed to be like all hot and everything. Like you're not doing anything.
She just laid there.
Yeah. And then she was moving around like a mannequin, not really doing much of anything. And I was like, really? That's people fawn over you, and this is the effort you're putting in?
But you're saying almost the same thing about the Kim one?
Yeah. She just kind of laid there, and was it Ray J?
Yes.
Didn't seem interested. Certainly didn't seem interested. She wasn't emoting at all. You know, you watch a porno, even the bad ones, and there's
Did she know it was being recorded? Did both of them know?
Yeah, because he kept looking at us. And I'm assuming she knew because she would kind of glance in our direction too.
That's really weird. A lot of people talked about that one.
I'm guessing it was because of him and her butt. But it certainly wasn't about the effort that was put in on both parties. Because
now I need to see this. I can't believe I haven't seen this.
You know, it would have been more interesting to watch one of those bobbing ducks that dip their nose into water.
Right?
That I would find to be more entertaining.
Nicholas,
than
if I watch this and it's better than the dumb duck you just mentioned, there's no way.
It was not good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Harley Quinn. That's not a good name.
But
Harley,
Kevin Smith named his daughter that.
Really? Yep. So this came from him? God damn it, Harley Quinn.
Good for him.
Harley would have been an okay name by itself, but these parents had to have been a fan of the DC character. Harley.
Which he is.
Yeah.
I think he's a fan of Margot Robbie.
No,
no, he likes the comic book or the original Batman, Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Melanomia.
Wow. You named them after a cancer?
Yeah, in the real world, this is a form of skin cancer that can spread to other parts of the body if not undetected.
You assholes.
But I wonder if they knew that.
They had to.
Or you'd think that a doctor... Is it rude if the doctor's like...
They're going to ask her, are you sure?
Is that considered rude?
You want to call your kid a cancer?
Where do we stand on like, okay, I'm going to use this as an example. On my lunch, when I go to the break room, and I go in there, and there's a few people. There are several people in there that have their phones out that are just blaring videos or music, and it's super fucking loud. And I go, and I have my earbuds. Is it rude of me if I can still hear them over my earbuds if I ask them to turn their thing down? Because I feel like if I was like, hey, can y'all turn that down?
So are yours up all the way?
More or less trying to drown out their stuff. And if I could still hear them over my earbuds, like, clearly they're being rude.
Because, I mean, yes, but they're in a public space, you know?
Yeah, so, like, if I'm like, hey, can you turn that down just a smidge? Why am I considered rude?
You're not. Because you're doing the considerate thing by bringing earbuds.
I know, and
right.
Whereas people in society nowadays, apparently they don't know the existence of earbuds anymore.
They're not considerate, but there are a lot of people that have the wireless things. But yeah, there's still some people who will just play YouTube and it's super loud,
super fucking loud.
And people want to talk on the speakerphones now. My mom does it, and I make fun of her.
Oh yeah, there is a person that I work with that frequents the break room around the time. I guess we have the same shifts, so he's in there usually when I'm in there, and he's always on the speakerphone. And I'm like, dude,
we don't want to fucking hear what you're talking about.
Like, I feel like I'm invading his privacy, but he's the one doing it on a speakerphone.
He don't care. There's no privacy.
Of course he doesn't care, but it's just like, dude,
But those are the people that I don't understand how they're on the phone all the time. Like, every time I see this person, they're on the phone. I'm like, who are you talking to that much? Because I get it. Maybe your wife, your husband, whatever. But do you really talk to them an hour? And then after that hour, who are you talking to now?
Well, I don't know. When me and Sarah were kids, how many hours would we talk?
Dude, we talked for hours.
But y'all were kids.
I mean, I fell asleep on the phone.
But y'all were kids. I'm talking about these people grown people who have other. You guys were like, you were kids. You were under your parents.
Even when we reconnected, when it was dead at my job and he was doing whatever, we would talk on the phone on and off for 3 hours.
Okay, but do y'all do that now?
No. So, I mean, we live together.
Right, exactly. So I'm giving you an example of somebody I know is married.
Yeah.
They're outside their job. They're sitting in their truck, and they're just talking on the phone for hours.
But they're like best friends.
You know,
but I don't know it's their wife.
When I worked at Walmart, there was a guy.
It's their wife.
There was a guy who was trying to court a young lady in the Philippines, or I think it was, let's say it was the Philippines.
Well, that sounds right.
He would always talk to her at a certain hour because, you know, we worked into the night working at Walmart. It was daylight.
They start waking up, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was daylight over there, and it was like midnight here, right? He would call her, And he would always be like, hey, baby. Hey. Mom. Hey, mom. No. You do. And we would be working or doing something. And we're just like... And we would all slowly look at him like, are we hearing what we think we're hearing? And he would always be like, oh, yeah, they're looking at me again. No, I don't care.
No more.
Dude, what? And we were like, at some point, he had to face the music. We were just like, what the fuck is going on?
Elmer, shut the fuck up.
He would tell us, oh, yeah, I'm talking to this girl in the Philippines or whatever. And then eventually, like the following year, he had enough
he had her
vacation time. Yeah. He went to go visit her for like 10 days.
Wow.
All right. And we were like, okay, he's going to get murdered and he's never coming back.
No, not in the Philippines.
And so while he was over there, we were joking, hey, send us some pictures. We want to know that you're still alive. But we weren't telling him that. He would send us pictures of him in like awkward, not positions, but like the camera placement was awkward. Like one time he was leaning back on something and he had an expressionless face and the picture was snapped and like either me or another Mike got it and we were just like, he could be dead here, right? And we're looking at the picture and it's like, I don't know. He's not smiling.
The picture was just sent, but it doesn't prove he's alive.
Because he was leaning on something. He looked dead in the face. Like there was an expressionless thing. And we were just like, could we call him? No, that's long distance. We don't want to get charged.
Roaming.
You wouldn't get charged. He'd get charged for answering.
See, I didn't know that. Otherwise, I would have called.
Because you're not dialing 01159 something, whatever. You're dialing 7135, whatever.
Yeah, his phone number. Mm-hmm. And, okay, so, after that, he then sent us another picture of... We're not entirely sure. We think... He was laying on a bed, holding up a mirror, and so the camera was like, I guess, on the bed too, looking at the reflection in the mirror as he's laying down. And again, he wasn't like, there was no life in his eyes. He wasn't smiling. And we were just like, what the fuck kind of, like, why can't you just take a selfie? If there's ever a time to take a selfie, do it now. Why are you taking these weird pictures?
Messing with you guys.
No one would ever take them. But he didn't know about the joke, though.
Oh.
No,
we always talked about this behind his back.
Oh.
So then
maybe he heard you.
So then when he's in the moment and he's sending us these weird pictures, we're like, is he fucking dead? I don't think he's coming
Someone
back.
else has his phone and is taking the pictures like to prove that he's fine.
And so we're like, okay, well then we'll ask him for another picture in a couple of days. And we're like, but what if they took all these pictures the same day? And they're just sending them whenever we ask them to.
And this is while you guys are like piling boxes or something or unloading.
Or we're like on break and we're just like, the plot thickens. Because he's not calling us. He's not texting us. He's just sending pictures.
So did he ever come back?
Oh, yeah, he eventually came back.
Okay.
Happy ending.
Yeah. Well,
Not
like,
no,
actually, you know what? No, he
actually,
quit.
He did court her, swore his unyielding love to her, and then they both cheated on each other really quickly after they got together. I don't know what happened to him after that.
Did he actually bring her?
Oh, yeah. Well, she came eventually. But yes, they were like, now we will get married. Mm-hmm. You just have to come to America first. And then they did. I don't know what goes into that. But
did I tell you that when I was there, you guys know about the old guys, the old Americans, and they go and get women?
The colonies? Oh, never mind.
Wow.
You said the old guys, and I was like, oh, let me think. The colonials.
Well, it's usually white males, and they're older.
The
whether
colonials.
for whatever reason, stop. For whatever reason, they don't have their original wife passed away or never had one, but they go to the Philippines and they get the 20, 21, 19-year-old.
Yeah, the bangers.
Yeah. And but that's sugar daddy, like, and they're gonna get married and whatever. Like, there was I don't know how this got on my TikTok. I follow this couple who's constantly recording this lady. I think she's Cantonese, she's Vietnamese, or I don't know, something. She has a very heavy accent when she's talking to him in English, and it's so funny the stuff she's saying to him, the way they think and stuff. Anyway, so when I showed up to the Philippines for the first time, I saw it was me, because I was with a bunch of businessmen. So it was me and like 7 or 8 older white males, and all of these young females were waiting for them. Every single one walked away with a young female.
Wow. Except you.
Except me, yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, at the time,
This wasn't just a business trip.
at the time, I was like, that's so interesting, you know? But then the more and more I would go out to the stores and to the malls and I would see this and they would be like, Daddy, buy me this, you know?
They would
And-
actually say daddy?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
They
Maybe-
probably taught them to say daddy.
Yeah, like this
Probably.
this is what you're gonna call me. Like, dude, it's both. He gets everything he wants. A nice, you know, whatever, like sexually, physically, whatever, appealing, like female, and
Yeah.
they get like security for them and their
Obedient.
family. Yeah, all of whatever they want. It's like both worlds are getting what they want, and only she has sacrificed like a little bit of the old balls. You know,
Yeah.
it's so interesting, but like. It seems like genuine love because like they're like, I accept the situation, and they're like, I'm willing to pay for this.
And then here in America, swipe right. You know, you're not good enough to even get a text message. Swipe right, or is it left?
Well, you swipe left to say ugh. If you
Oh, okay,
swipe
then.
right, you're gonna start a conversation.
Yeah, I don't know why I always thought swipe right for get out, but it's left.
Swipe. I think.
Left is
If,
Left,
if
you
somebody,
need to leave.
yeah, if somebody's
Oh, there you
listening,
go, yeah.
If somebody's listening to us and this is wrong, but I really do think left is get out and right is I'm gonna start a conversation.
Right,
Even if the
you
right. Even if the conversation's down, like you down to fuck, you know, like
I like how this is downplayed for Nick. It's like left is leave,
Hey, I
right
never
is
knew
you
either.
right. Huh?
I never knew either.
I'm guessing. I don't actually know.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. How about Vajonica? The origins of this name was a mashup of the child's grandparents' names of John and Veronica. So you get Vajonica.
Okay, now you really need to watch 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Really? Do they do that in that?
Her name was damn
Vajonica.
it.
Vajonica, yeah.
Why not Javonica?
'Cause
Veronica.
They liked the word vagina. I think her name was Vagina or something like that. But her name tag looked like it was spelled vagina.
Oh, no. Was it Virginia with G-I-I?
I don't remember. You just got to watch 40-Year-Old Virgin.
I'm sure the only thing that changed was the letter after
No,
the
no,
V.
no, no, no. It was her name was Gina,
Oh, no.
but it was spelled like Gina.
Yeah.
So she said, "My name's Gina." That's what it was.
Heavenly. It is possible that the parents wanted to name their child Heavenly and took the L-Y from the word and then just gave that L-E. So it's two words.
Okay.
Kind of like, was it George Michael
Yeah.
in Arrested Development? Heavenly. And there you go. How about felony? That's not good.
Wow.
This is the word felony with the PH at the front.
That's not better.
Of course it's not
That's
better.
like the fat jeans. Or no, you fat. Like cool.
Chris, do you know Felony's coming? Yeah, she's coming.
Can you use that name in a sentence first?
Sure.
You just need one sentence to know that this name's a bad idea.
Felony through the window.
Oh, man. How about Moxie Crime Fighter?
Wow.
Yeah, I have it here in my notes. I don't know what to say.
Amoxicillin?
I don't know. Maybe they just thought their kid was going to be a crime fighter. And they're just like, yeah, this would be great. Your name's Crime Fighter. That somebody named their kid Olive Garden. The father liked the name Garden for their baby girl, and the mother liked the name Olive.
I like Olive.
So the compromise was Olive Garden Smith.
Olive Garden Smith. When you're here, your family. Dad, I'm at home. I know.
He just really loves saying it. There's another child named Jihad.
Okay.
Nothing? Do you know what a Okay, check this out. Elfie.
Nick,
Sorry.
No jihad.
Yeah, I mean, he knows what a jihad is.
I'm a little bit ignorant right
Okay, so Elfie Yaghi named her 14th child Jihad. Okay?
now. 14th?
Yes.
Whoa.
I know, whoa.
We should have stopped there. Like, wait, what?
When you hit Jihad, I think you've hit the end
No.
of creativity with
14th
names.
child.
Steve, Larry, Billy, and then you go just fast forward a little bit to jihad.
We all know the Islamic term that is used for war waged as a religious duty, but the name also means struggle. So maybe they just thought,
Yeah, your 14th child would be a struggle at birth, right?
I guess. But hey, you know, there's no shows 18 kids and counting. And then there's that other family that has like, what, 21 kids?
Stop.
That
You
are
serious?
Yeah, they're like religious. Y'all don't know about this?
No.
Oh my
That
God.
was the same family, honey.
Or was it the same? Was it?
It is the same couple.
I think
The
it might be.
religious nuts?
Yes.
They're like uber
Which
religious.
then had major controversy because one of the brothers sexually assaulted some of the sisters.
Dang.
Yeah.
Bum, bum,
I think
bum.
you're thinking of A.B. Quintanilla. No?
No. 18 Kids Accounting, which then became
No.
19 Kids
A.B.
Accounting.
Quintanilla is a Hispanic man. These 18 Kids and Counting was a white, really religious.
They're like Pentecostal. No, I don't want to say that, but you know
All
they,
the
they
gr-
only
whichever-
wore the skirts. They
Yeah.
had the long hair and no makeup and whatever. So I don't know if they were Mormon or Pentecostal. So please excuse me. I didn't care for that
does
show.
sound like Pentecostal.
My mother watched. She probably still watches that show. I remember walking in on an episode where they went to an ark. It was like a replica of what Moses would have built. Son of a bitch.
You
was
mean
giant.
Noah's Ark?
Yeah, it was. They went to an ark.
Yeah,
I don't know how many arcs are out there. But
just the one.
but it wasn't
replica.
But it wasn't the ark. It was a replica of it.
Yeah.
And it was gigantic. I could not believe how giant this thing was. And they went in there and they gave him a tour of like, this is where the animals would have gone. Blah blah blah. And I was like, whoa! Somebody had to build that, dude. That was crazy.
Well, with, enough time and advance notice.
Yeah, which makes me beg the question: did Moses really do the job by himself?
It was Noah.
Bro.
Oh, did I say Jesus?
Stop saying Moses.
Oh,
Did I say Jesus?
it's like, no, you said Moses. Well, who did it? Noah. That's right. That's
It's called
the guy.
Noah's Ark, honey.
Okay, so how chiseled was Noah to build the ark by himself? I just want to know, under all those robes, was Noah built like Arnold? Or was he built like Jesus, who was built probably like a swimmer? You know, he wasn't swole or whatever, but he was ripped.
Maybe a starving swimmer.
Okay, maybe. But then, of course, I see pictures of Jesus, and I'm just like, whoa, dude, you're pretty fucking cut. You're put together, bro.
Dude, swimmers are hot.
Not Michael Phelps.
He's not hot?
No.
Really?
He's ugly.
Oh, you mean in the face?
Like in the
In the
face.
face.
Oh, no, I'm talking about their bodies.
Yeah, when you look
Their
at his body,
are-
His
like-
predecessor, or his opponent,
Yeah.
he was much better looking.
I don't even
who
know
was his
who-
opponent?
I don't know. He was gorgeous.
I don't know. He lost. Hey.
I'm talking about their bodies. Their bodies are banging.
Yeah.
Like, they're hot.
So, what was Jesus built like?
I'm-
A swimmer? Like a runner? Long distance runner? Or was he built like a bodybuilder? I mean, none of us know.
Swimmer.
We really don't know.
Yeah.
And we really shouldn't.
Have you? I think I've sent it to you. The picture that is.
No, we're not talking about that.
Okay, fine.
Oh my
Do you know what I'm talking
God,
about?
Yes, I know.
Where he's breaking free,
Yes.
and I'm just like, yeah, baby. I've even joked about getting it framed and hanging it somewhere just to see if someone would notice it.
Somebody like that never visits you hardly, they walk in right back
And
out.
you mix it with a bunch of other pictures, and you're just like, let's see if anybody even notices this there.
Something like this, like a Mario, where he's like doing a one-up, and then next to him, Jesus is breaking free.
See, you're the one that said it.
Oh my gosh.
Shall I sing the song? I'm just kidding.
There's, oh my god.
What song?
It's from the
Jesus
Book of Mormon.
got up on that cross and he stuck it out. Man up.
Yeah, there's a song in the Book of Mormon called Man Up, and it's probably the greatest song out of that whole play. he got up there and he manned up, boy.
He man up.
He
I
got
love
up,
you, Josh Gad.
He got up on the cross and he stuck
Stuck it out.
And it can't be, I mean, god damn it. I mean, it's
Hey, the Mormons saw it funny.
it's offensive, but it's like, they won, what, several Tonys for that thing?
A lot. Sorry.
Oh, man. There's a child named Clitus. Now, this one's actually quite funny. On top of everything else that's happened. A French couple actually named their child Clitus because they were huge fans of the U.S. actor of the same name. When asked who they were referring to, they said Clitus Wood. They actually were talking about Clint Eastwood.
Oh no! And you're not really fans.
Wow.
Those poor things.
Oh my
Y'all
God.
thought y'all were fans.
I love it. There's a name out there called Mercury Constellation Star Cruiser.
That's cool.
Mercury Constellation Star Cruiser.
Yeah, a Reddit user who was in the Navy came across a general with the last name of Star Cruiser. When he looked it up, he found the general's full name to be Mercury Constellation Star Cruiser.
That's cool.
That's
I'm
what-
all about that.
Oh man, are you all about the name Like? Because a
No.
young couple who was obsessed with Facebook decided to name their son Like after the like button found on Facebook.
I thought they were naming it like because they say like after every other like word.
See, that's
like,
what I
That's what I thought.
Like, we should totally name our son
like.
Like,
You mean like the like on Facebook?
No, like.
The word like.
okay,
So
but
it could be like on Facebook. No. Like.
not
like,
not
I'm talking
like
about-
on Facebook.
I'm talking about
Like.
just like.
Like the synonym like.
No, I'm talking about the button on Facebook. Like, it really doesn't matter what it's named after.
damn it.
It's the same
That,
fucking word.
but I like that name.
You like the name like?
Yeah,
If push came to shove, would you ever name a child that?
it'd have to be first name and middle name though. First name would be Lycan. Middle name is Subscribe.
Like
Wow.
and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Vargas.
So why
Oh,
can't you just spell it Liken? Middle name subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Dude,
Vargas.
that's pretty good. Yeah. Liken. Liken.
Liken.
Dude. And you can even spell it with a Y, so it's like a double
That's
for like
hot.
a lichen from the movie Underworld.
That's hot.
Bro.
Hey, Lycan. Yeah,
Dude.
Do you want to sit down?
It's like, and what's your middle name? Subscribe. Liken, subscribe, Vargas.
It's like, Lycan, last night your mother heard some noises and it was around 2 a.m. and I went and checked on you and you weren't in your bed. Where were you? I was out. So, where did you go?
Out.
There's a child named Rage.
Ooh.
Yeah, a girl claimed to have run into her ex at a gas station who was with his now new girlfriend and their young baby in the back seat. That was named Rage.
Ugh.
Poor thing.
I'm
What?
so glad she didn't have a baby with him.
Yeah, I was going to say, at least she got out of that one.
Dude.
We got a name Billion.
Billion?
Yeah, 5 babies in the year 2014 were named Billion.
Excuse you.
Wow. But at least the name Billion can be shortened to Billy or Bill.
Yeah. Is the middle name Air?
AIRE.
Oh, man. How about Sad Man? See, I thought it was a typo. I was like, oh, Sandman with an N. No, this is Sad Man. Also in 2014, this name was seen on a list of baby names from parents who wanted to name their child after an emotion. Why they chose sad as that emotion is anybody's guess.
They wanted to say emoji.
I think they would have been better off naming their child Emoji. Or Moji.
Moji. Aw, that's cute. Moji. But that sounds like a dog name.
Oh, yeah,
Come
totally.
here, Moji.
A lot of these names you could just name a pet and it would totally fly. Once you get to like a person, there's like a certain level of...
Respect.
there you go. You just can't go with some of these names. And the last one is Adolf Hitler. This name garnered attention after a grocery store in New Jersey refused to write Happy Birthday Adolf Hitler on a birthday cake.
No one says
Oh,
Adolf
I've heard
Hitler.
about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you go to the, they come in blank canvases. They're decorated on the outer rim, and you could write whatever you want. Sorry the transplant didn't work out. Anything you want.
Dang.
Anything you want.
I've actually wondered, like, what is the weirdest thing that I could have them write on a cake and be like, yeah, can I have this cake? Which would probably just be for me. And I'd be like, can you write something stupid on it? And then I tell them, better luck next time. Or
Oh.
something.
Better luck next time.
Some of the
Lycan.
Some of the dishonorable mentions are abstinence, Apple, Facebook, Danger, Gotham, Pilot Inspector, Obamanique, # Lucifer, Prince Michael II, and Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
Jermajesty. Your Majesty. Oh yeah, but I think some of
Is
those.
it Your Majesty?
I guess you could.
No.
Your Majesty, come on down. Dinner's ready.
It's Your Majesty to you.
Here comes the little punk. Sony has postponed their PlayStation 5 reveal event. Originally, that was set for June 4th to allow, quote, more important voices to be heard at this time. The PlayStation 5 is still set for a 2020 holiday launch. So who knows when we're going to get to look at it in action and get a price tag on how much it's going to cost and blah, blah, blah.
I can't wait.
Are you going to buy a PlayStation 5?
No.
When was the last game? Not a GameCube. Like, when was the last modern game console that you owned?
The Nintendo Switch.
Oh, that's right. You have a Switch. How often do you use it?
I play every other day, for sure.
Do you play one game?
Super Smash Brothers
That's all you play.
Ultimate.
How many generations of Nintendos have you gone through where you only play one game?
I only missed one generation. The Wii U.
Okay. What about... Okay, so you had a Wii?
I had a Wii, and
You played
all I
Smash
played
on it?
was Super Smash Brothers Brawl. And when that was such a disappointment, I put the Wii up.
So do you still have it?
It's put up. I have it. And all of its intricate parts.
Oh, yeah, it does have a lot of moving parts. As Disney Springs in Orlando, Florida begins to open up, guests will be treated by stormtroopers at the front main entrance, issuing orders to guests to enforce proper social distancing protocol.
There should be no other way of doing this.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
People probably aren't going to listen, but when you have
And
stormtroopers at
those
the
are the
front
best
gate,
masks to wear.
the only thing I'm worried about is like how hot are they going to get underneath all that stuff?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't breathe. But I'm always someone who's always thought of that sort of thing. You know,
Well, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the people that have to dress up in head-to-toe costumes.
like Buzz Lightyear. That's a big old costume.
Yeah.
Not Goofy.
I immediately thought of Goofy.
Yeah, why did I think Goofy immediately?
Oh man, I remember the one time that me and my...
Goofy's not a dog. He's a cow. Did you know that?
What?
Get the fuck out! What?
This
a
just
cow.
came out. This just came out. The actor said that he was a dog. It turns out he's a cow, not a dog.
What?
Look it up. Google it. It's official.
Goofy.
You lie.
Goofy is not a dog. So in any previous movie or cartoon that he's ever been a part of, they've never let slip. Oh yeah, you're a dog.
No,
So then what's his son Max?
another small cow.
He's a
He's
cow.
not a cow.
See,
No.
look it up.
No.
Wow, that's
I won't
incredible.
accept that. No.
This just came out. Yeah.
I think the way I've always thought of people in mascot costumes sweating at these theme parks was I only went to Six Flags like 2 or 3 times in my life. But the very first time when I was a child, I remember being so excited because I wanted to see Daffy and Bugs Bunny and whatever. And we went there and I immediately went to hug Daffy Duck. And when I hugged him, when I pulled away, I was like, he was kind of wet. And
Aw.
he felt really hot.
Aw.
Bro.
And I think from then on, I've always had some sort of sympathy for these people.
Dang.
Like Mickey, like
But Mickey's been hugged a lot. You know
Yes.
Mickey. You know.
you know, them motherfuckers stink.
Daffy. I don't think a lot of people. You know, like who even remembers Daffy? I almost thought you meant Donald.
I like Daffy. I think Daffy Duck is like he's always been him and Sylvester are like my 2 top favorites for whatever reason.
Because they both have a lisp or have a.
I don't know.
I used
know.
to love Sylvester too.
Because they both have the. Right.
I do like Sylvester too,
What is
but
it?
I don't really care much for Tweety.
Yeah.
But I like Sylvester.
Tweety is aimed more for girls, I think.
I mean, he had his moments.
He was for girls.
I don't know if that's really.
Not this girl.
No, you didn't like Tweety?
No.
Were you all about Lola when she came out? Lola
Yeah.
Bunny?
Totally.
Who wasn't?
Okay, admittedly,
She was
when I was a
hot.
kid, I was just like, oh my god, Bugs Bunny's gonna bang her.
I was like, bro, Bugs Bunny was a lucky bunny.
Okay, now that we're talking about male and female bunny rabbits that are cartoons, Buster and Babs from Tiny Toon Adventures, were they brother and sister or were they supposed to be like a thing?
I thought they were brother and sister.
I don't remember, but I know who they are.
Yeah,
But I don't remember the chemistry.
okay. Also on HBO Max, when they have Looney Tunes, they have a Looney Tune catalog in there, but it's not very big at all. I had raised the question, since they have the Looney Tunes, could they possibly get Tiny Toon Adventures because they were associated with the Looney Tunes? I wonder who has the rights to Tiny Toons,
Oh,
right?
that's interesting. Yeah.
Because they weren't associated with other cartoons at the time, like Animaniacs or Pinky and the Brain or anything. They were their own separate thing. And I just
All
wonder,
under Warner Brothers, but
yeah. So one can assume if HBO Max has the Looney Tunes, they could probably get Tiny Toons, which means they could possibly also get like Animaniacs, because they were also Warner Brothers.
well, then that opens up.
And like you start
lot.
opening up a Pandora's box of stuff, because then you could go, what about the Batman animated series?
Right. That when you said that, I was like, well, then that opens up everything all the way up until like
Yeah.
you're a wizard.
And there's
Which that's on HBO Max.
all of those are on there. I didn't see any of the Fantastic Beast movies, but they also have a lot of Batman stuff and some DC movies up there, and they have some animated DC movies as well. And I wonder if someday they're going to get the Batman animated series.
They should. Nobody has it right now. Netflix does, right?
I think the show is streaming on the DC streaming platform, which I considered getting. But ideally, if they made a deal with HBO Max, couldn't they just port all that stuff to HBO Max? I mean, it's a lot, but there's a lot of stuff on DC that they could just put over here. But there you go. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
Can we talk about that Mandela effect? Did you ever? I'm looking for the tape, and by looking, I'm trying to say that I'm looking for it when I get home.
Okay. So the question was raised back in the old days when they made the first Scary Movie. There is a scene what's the character's name?
Shorty.
Okay. Shorty is freaking out, and he's cuddled up in bed, and someone's asking him what's wrong. They're riffing on the movie The Sixth Sense, where the kid says, "I see dead people."
Because the whole movie, Scary Movie, is a parody.
Yeah. With a little bit of Scream mixed in. So when Shorty is saying this, I vividly remember him saying, "I see white people," because that's the joke. But yet when we see footage of it, he says, "I see dead people."
Which is the exact line from The Sixth Sense.
Which makes the joke not funny.
But everybody remembers it being, "I see white people."
Yeah. And Sarah, do you remember that too?
I mean, I don't really remember the movie too well, but I remember that joke.
Yeah, I remember. And I also remember the WhatsApp, and they're on the phone. And I remember, they're riffing on what the WhatsApp commercial of whatever it was about. Everything else I really don't remember because it's been so long. But I can recall "I see white people," and a lot of other people do too. But there doesn't seem to be existing footage of him saying that.
So after you did that, I went and I downloaded the movie, and it looks like I sent it to you guys because it looks like it's right off of the tape. The quality is so bad. And if you look closely, it does look like he says white people.
If you read his lips.
If you read his lips, but the audio sounds like...
Can I tell you a secret? Sure, man. I see dead people.
I could see how people would read it as dead, though.
Or he says dead, but we read it as white, you mean?
No, me watching that, it does look and sound like he says dead to me.
Yeah.
And I think what's funny, well, I don't know if it is funny, I guess, because the little boy, he has cold breath too, right? When he says he sees dead people?
Yep.
I think so, yeah. But see, if he does see entities in the movie Scary Movie, the joke is the entities are all like white people. He needs to say, "I see white people," because then there's a joke. But if he just says, "I see dead people," that's not funny. That's him telling the truth. And in a movie like this, he needs to say, "I see white people." And I could swear, honest to God, I could swear that if the movie came out and they changed it, that maybe there is previous footage before they edited it, if they did, of a trailer, which means you have to find a VHS tape of a movie that came out before that movie that has a trailer to Scary Movie on the VHS tape and see and watch that original cut of the trailer.
Yeah.
Because one can assume if they just upload the trailer to the internet, they're going to take it from a newer media, like a DVD or a Blu-ray, and that's just going to be what's out there. But if there is an original cut of a trailer that has him saying, "I see white people," it would have to be on a very old VHS tape where that movie's a trailer.
Scary Movie 1 official trailer 8 years ago. I wonder if this will have anything like that. Have you looked it up?
No.
Hello? Wanna have a little fun?
I know this movie almost like the back of my hand because I remember like wanting to make that voice when I was doing prank calls.
Oh man.
Like "Hello, Cindy," like that. Like, okay, let's see.
There are certain rules to follow in order to survive a horror movie. Rule number 1. Don't answer the
I remember this trailer.
I'm in the house. You know where I am.
Oh yeah, he's behind the couch.
Just run in the woods. And whatever you do,
I like how they're using Beetlejuice music.
Yeah, because they did Beetlejuice stuff here. They almost every.
The piano's chasing us.
afraid to rise to the occasion.
Oh,
Matrix
man.
stuff too.
Oh.
Dimension Films presents
I just saw that girl in a horror movie. She was the one that died in Jack Frost in the bathtub. And that was her first gig, and it launched her career.
She is beautiful, too.
She is, yeah.
Oh, man. Scary movie. Can I tell you a secret? I see dead people.
What?
Damn, he says dead.
Wow.
I thought this was going to...
I thought that was going to be it.
He sees dead people. Okay.
All right, maybe we all just went through a wormhole into this dimension.
No, because I remember he says, I see white people all the time.
Oh, man. All right, so I guess next week we'll talk about... We can try to do more Mandela Effect. You guys want to give that a shot?
This one's really good because everybody remembers that.
We can do more Mandela Effects if we could find some. And also we do a whole list of The Simpsons predicting the future.
That's a short list.
Really?
I've told you this before.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shorts that they make after things happen. And people think they're episodes that were made before.
Really? Because that whole episode of them predicting the coronavirus was pretty... That was a whole episode. I remember that episode.
Yeah, but that's not predicting the coronavirus.
But how it came over here. And then in the same episode, there's killer bees.
Where are the killer bees?
Oh, you remember that meme? That was a filler episode.
Yeah.
The killer bees in America, that's going to come back later once the original plot dies down.
Yeah.
And
The murder hornets.
The murder.
The murder hornets.
All right. So we'll try to throw something together. I'm having a deja vu right now of Mandela Effect and talking about The Simpsons predicting the future. Or maybe we'll just change it up and do something totally different.
Oh, remember the name I brought up earlier? That would have been funny. Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah. Do you? I didn't see it on any list, but do you think someone's named their child Wi-Fi?
Yeah, that's cool.
No.
You should do.
How would you
Vin,
spell it?
instead
As
of
is?
Vin, yeah. Y, middle name is Phi.
Or maybe they would get cute with it. It would be like Y-FI. Kind of like how sci-fi used to be sci-fi.
Phi.
Y-P-H-I?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wi-Fi.
There you go.
No.
Wi-Fi Lozano.
No. I love my family heritage, but we are too damn white to get all creative, okay?
It's like, what names do you guys have picked out? Sarah. Oh, okay.
What if it's a boy? Scott.
Not
Okay.
Nicholas.
No, I personally don't like doing that.
What?
The whole junior name.
Oh, naming a kid. No, I see that to be kind of pretentious.
Oh,
I'm like, I don't want to hear it. Because then I'm just going to I can see myself getting confused later. She's going to get mad at something, scream Nick. Both of us are going to be like, What did you do? What did you do, Dad?
Nicholas.
Yeah, it's like, I have a title. Yeah, it's stupid.
Okay, maybe don't.
Yeah. We'll talk to you next time on the Six Sad Cast, and we'll figure out something to talk about. And then, till then, his name is Manuel, my name is Nick, and her name was Sarah.
Bye.